Hey there, welcome to the Intentional Academy podcast, where we believe that life is best when it is lived on purpose. If you want help finding time for what matters most, launching your dream career, and building a prosperous future, then you should visit us at intentionalacademy.com. I'm your host, Tony Farrar, joined by our co-host, Justin Thomas, and we're thrilled that you're tuning in today. What's up, Justin?
What's up, Tony? How you doing?
New month. So we're doing a bonus episode here. We're going to talk about creating a budget so that you can spend your money on purpose this month. If you're like we were, you hate budgeting. Maybe this episode will change your mind. But before we get to that, you need to know that you are invited to join our free community. When it comes to personal finance, we know how hard it can be tracking expenses, sticking to a budget. It's not only difficult, it often feels very restrictive. That's why we built the Intentional Academy community. It's an online discussion forum that takes a daily look at what you're doing with your time, your career, and your money to live your best life. If you'd like to be a part of a community of people who are trying to figure these things out together, you should join us for free at intentionalacademy.com/community. You don't have to do this alone. We are there daily to help you for free at intentionalacademy.com/community. Join us at intentionalacademy.com/community.
All right, quick bonus. Let's just go over some of the hot tickets that you might want to worry about when it comes to your budget in June.
June 2020. What's happening?
Well, I'm a dad. You're a dad. Apparently, we're going to be celebrated one day this month. And then apparently we have to celebrate our dads too.
Ooh, Father's Day.
Yeah.
Get a card, get a stamp. They're like $5,000 now, right?
When you have kids, you automatically have grandparent gifts because kids can just make pictures and then you just mail it to them and they love it. Easy.
Nice. I'm going to send my dad a handprint turkey.
Oh, that works. Gobble, gobble, go Hoagies. Also, just on that same front, any family birthdays, any special events that your family usually likes to celebrate this month, it's never too early to start preparing for the holidays. And you always want to, do the best and do what you can for your family. And it's easier to spread those expenses out.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of pre-saving on those things if I need to. In addition to that, maybe you are a late recipient of a coronavirus stimulus check. I hear since we last talked about this, Justin, you may have gotten some.
I did. I wasn't expecting it. And now we're like, okay, we've definitely got things we can do with this, but we weren't expecting it. So yeah, something else to add to the budget.
Right. Quick sidebar on that. We talked about this. I forget which episode it was, but we talked a little bit about what people should be doing with their stimulus checks. Give me a quick review on it.
You should save a little. You should put some towards debt, and then you should spend local when and if at all possible.
Things are opening up again, so that's exciting. And the truth is, you're probably going to want to spend more this month in June than you usually do going out because it's been so daggone long. We have a list of restaurants that we're hoping to order from. A couple of goodies we want to buy. I just ordered a new pair of running shoes, some things like that. The point is, things are starting to come back alive. We're going outside. As we record this, by the way, our pool at our community reopened today.
They're still waiting on that for our neighborhood. They don't have a plan yet, but Virginia apparently is starting phase 2 Friday, and that has some sort of pool opening, but with some stipulations on people, I guess. I don't know. I haven't looked into it yet.
So don't forget to budget for sunscreen.
So another thing is let's say you are a December graduate, December 2019, and congratulations, you did it. I'm hoping that life is great and you are working in a job that you love. The funny thing is, though, it's 6 months since you graduated, and that's a special number. 6 months is when your first student loan payment will become due. So definitely something you need to prepare for.
I wonder with the coronavirus things if everybody's going to be left in deferment longer. I think I read some things about that where they're actually not necessarily being required to start paying back right now as part of the stimulus plan here. Doesn't mean you shouldn't consider it. Just remember, every month that you put off sending a check, the interest grows. And things start to cost more the longer you wait.
Yeah, it was nice of them to give you the option of deferment. In the same instance, they're not stopping the interest that it's accruing. So you definitely want to get a head start on those if at all possible.
Right. So quick overview. If you haven't done this before, how do you sit down and make a budget? we like to teach a system that's called a zero-based budget, and the basic idea is that we want to account for all of our money. It's not the kind of thing where you're just going to write down your guess at how much all the different things you do cost and see what happens. Instead, what we want to do is decide beforehand how much we're going to spend so that we can enjoy things like giving ourselves permission to go play and to go spend money on things we enjoy doing. And so what we always teach is start by writing down the amount of income you expect to have this month, put that at the top of the page, and then start listing your expenses in priority order. I can give you a little hint. The four most important things are food, utilities, transportation, and shelter. You should try and cover those first this month. And once again, we like to talk about this idea of a bare bones budget. So when you start budgeting for things like food and utilities, budget for what's necessary. And then what happens is you can have a second line item later on that is, say, enjoyment food money. Right? Once you've got the basics covered, you're still going to have some left over, we hope. And what you can do is decide where you want to spend that. Maybe this month you don't want to spend a bunch of money eating out because you're saving up for something. So do that. Or another month, maybe you do want to spend all of your extra money going out and having fun. Knock yourself out. The point is just deciding, this is mine. This is how I'm going to treat it this month. What do you think, Justin?
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it. I know when we get together, we usually like to either pick something up or go out, and we sort of plan, if we're going to spend extended time together, that going out money is more important than grocery money for the most part. I'm giving examples, not in all cases, but just things to consider. People are coming to visit. Guess what? If your in-laws are there for a week, your water bill next month is going to be a little higher. Your electric bill is going to be a little higher. And I mean, it may be little bits, but it's just all things are considered in a zero-based budget, but it makes sure that you understand where every dollar of your income is going so you don't lose any of it.
Yeah, there's this concept in business, actually, that what do they call it? Something like financial leakage. And it's basically the amount you miss. This is like a real term in like accounting classes, leakage. And it's literally money evaporated because it was too hard to track. What we're trying to do is help you simplify your life and not do that. Listen, when it comes to budgeting or anything else in life that requires some discipline, the way that you actually get it done is realizing that the why is way more important than the how. Why is it that we might want to budget? Well, for us, it's so that we can enjoy the freedom that comes from having some leftover money each month to spend the way we want, whether that's investing or saving or going and having fun. We're able to do that because we told our money what it was going to do ahead of time. So give yourself a good reason for this, and you'll be much more likely to succeed and end up where you wanted to go.
Yeah, and start a habit. Anything, every time you make your budget, then next month you have an understanding of how to make a budget and you know what you missed and you can update it then. And it's a constantly evolving thing, and you get better and better at it as you go, and you start doing it more and more if you keep going. You realize the benefit and you want to keep going.
So, how can you get on top of your finances? Make a plan, also called a budget, that sends your money where you believe it should go.
It may seem like a daunting task to sit down and create your first budget, but once you build that budget, understand where your money is going, and start prioritizing where you're spending your money, you'll start realizing that you have more money than you think. It's funny how that happens, but you end up saying, "Wow, I really do have more money than I realized, and I was just sort of squandering away without even thinking about it." It gives you a roadmap to success.
And we would love to support you as you figure this out. Join us in the Intentional Academy community by visiting intentionalacademy.com/community today. It's free. We use an online discussion app that lets us share text and voice and video with each other. Actually, our members are able to watch us live as we record this podcast. You're not alone in wanting to improve your finances. When you join a group of people like us trying to do things like this, you get the support that you need to actually make it happen. intentionalacademy.com/community.
And as always, this show is here to support you. If you have a question that you'd like us to answer, head over to intentionalacademy.com/podcast to send us a message. If you found value in this episode, leave us a review in whichever podcast app that you happen to download us and listen on. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. We share bonus episodes like this one with our subscribers that you won't hear about any other way. And lastly, please share this episode with someone you feel could use this information.
All right, that's all for now. Have a great week and a great month, June 2020.
Yep. Have a good one.